Hi, I'm Alyonna. Welcome to my channel. So let's get some messages for you, what you need to know. Connecting the collective that will be watching this video. Okay, so straight up, a couple of messages. I felt called to bring my son's little 3D printed dragon. Well, not so little, but yep. I felt called to bring his dragon out here. And then I kept seeing the feng shui. There's like this, I'm not sure exactly, but I think it's called a Pixu or Pichu or something. I'm so sorry, I know I'm butchering the word, but it is like a dragon kind of thing. So I am seeing all that, so I brought a couple of those because I have like this dragon bracelet. It's meant to bring money, it's meant to attract money, right? So so I feel like your group, you're being asked to work with your dragon guardian and to also work with feng shui. So look into certain feng shui placements, certain things like, you know, the jewelry that you wear, position of certain things, position of your bed, your room, the things that you have around, changing things around as well. So look into the feng shui of your energy. Okay, that's something that you need to do. Also, someone who is born in the year of the dragon will be getting in touch with you. So there's something about that coming up as well. This person will assist you or help you in some way. Okay. What else am I seeing? Let's see. So yes, there needs to be a balance in your energy, give and take. Make sure that you know your worth. There's this whole thing that I always talk about your worth. So if you look at something and you say, oh, you know, they're charging too much for it, or it's too expensive, because deep down inside you feel you're not worthy of that, you know. But if you are in that whole abundant energy, you think that, yeah, that's fine, you know, it's worth it. I want it. I like it. So I'll pay for it. I will give that exchange, right? And so this is something that's really important. You also, when you are providing a service, okay, if you're providing a service, you have to make sure that you are charging accordingly. A lot of people might tell you that, oh, you know, this is not right, or it's too low, or it's too high, but you know your worth. So don't let anyone tell you what you're worth, because they are projecting their worth onto you. They might say, oh, this is too much, or you're charging too little, or you're charging too much. That is because that is their worth. That's their value. You know what it is. So you have to make sure that you are, you know, having a proper exchange, okay, and know your worth. Now, the other thing, this is also when it comes to relationships. There's this energy where you might be overdoing or overgiving or over-explaining things, all right? Or for some of you, you are not open to the flow of energies. It's like my way or highway. Okay, sorry if I'm calling you out here. But I do feel like there's something to do with relationships as well. Okay, now if someone is doing that to you, then you know what to do, right? But I feel like in this case here, okay, so there are two sets of people here, right? One of you, you are just putting up with stuff all the time. It's like, yes, okay, whatever, doing whatever they want, you know. It's always just seeing from their perspective, never from yours. Then you've got to speak up, okay? But for a big group of you here, this is energy where you feel like, I do not want to be controlled, so I'm just, you know, it's my way, or you refuse to see from a different perspective. You don't want things to change. And I think because you've gone through so much of changes, that change is scary. So when it's time for change, you're like, no, I don't think so. Okay. Also, there's this energy of like, maybe your partner wants to change something, right? Your significant other wants to change something, or they want to do something else, and you are fighting that. So there is this power struggle in your relationships. And now this is kind of overflowing out to your business, to your work, to friendships as well. So you have to really, you know, look into what you're doing and be aware of how you are reacting and acting in the situation. Okay. For some of you, I feel like this whole sacral fire is lit inside of you. It's time to connect. It's time to unite with your twin flame. So it's time to fulfill a prophecy. So this is really important energy here. It's a very significant, very destined moment in your life. Okay. Again, you need to get out of defensive energy. You're very defensive. Let go of the need to be right. Also, some people are not ready to learn. They are not interested in learning, or they just want to vent and tell you stuff. Let them. You don't have to teach everyone. You don't have to correct people. If someone just wants to vent and go on and on about how terrible their life is and how they are a victim, let them. Okay? So you don't need to correct people, teach people all the time. So watch your words. I'm also hearing that. Watch your words. But keep an open mind and see from all perspectives. This is the time for you to observe and not react. Okay, so whenever that you're watching this for that month, observe, do not react. Okay, so maybe you are in a relationship where there's no give and take, where this person wants to always be right, and you are always just like, yeah, to keep the peace, I will just say yes, I will just do whatever. So now observe that situation, observe this relationship, and ask yourself, is this what you truly want? Okay? Because you are coming into a very destined magical energy, whether it's a relationship or it's something else. You're coming into powerful energy and destined unions as well. Okay? Solar plexus, this is your power. This is your power. When you are strong inside, you don't need to be defensive. You don't need to fight with anyone else. If someone tells you 2 + 2 is 5, right? If you're strong inside, you just go like, okay. If you say so, that's what you want to think. Okay, you know it's not. You just let it go. But if you are insecure, then you want to fight. And then you would say, no, it's not. No, it's not. 2 + 2 is 4. It's not 5. And then it's like, let me prove it to you. Let me prove it to you. You don't need that. You don't need this drama in your life. You're moving into a much higher energy where things are magical. You're moving into a magical timeline, right? Look at this suffering in silence and all that. You need to step out of this. You need to step out of this energy because you are causing this suffering for yourself. Either by trying to prove to the world about a reality that you know to be true, and other people go like, oh, conspiracy, I don't believe in all that. Or, you're trying to make someone see your point of view, or you are just putting up with everything so that you keep the peace. This needs to end. It's time for you to take back your power. Okay? You have mental conflict here. So again, see from a higher perspective. Keep an open mind. This is what you need to do. Okay? Things are changing. So see from different perspectives and pull the love and feed yourself. Every time you get upset with someone or something, or you look at the situation and it doesn't feel good, tap into the loving reserve. Okay? There's I always see it like a little pond or river of love and light, and I go and soak in it, and I see the energy coming into me. Oh, I pull the light out of there, pull the water, and I put it into me. Okay, feed yourself. You are going through a huge spiritual experience. This is destiny. Okay, obstacles are being lifted. Destiny, fate, karma, luck, and expansion. It's time for you to go outside the ordinary, to do something different, to do things differently. Okay, you're creating a new foundation here. Endings, new beginnings, coming out of darkness, coming out of the suffering, coming out of the shadow, coming out of being of not being heard or seen, coming out of the energy of discontent, boredom. Okay, your heart chakra is healing. So you're going to have experiences that will force you to kind of, if you look at this, he's got his hands in his heart as well. Like, thank you, universe. Oh, that was lovely. Oh, this is beautiful. You're just going to meet people or have situations where you're going to feel really good. And I don't know, this is really funny because they're laughing. So someone here has a loving connection with their chat GPT. And they're saying that that time of you flirting or, trying to get intimacy, that connection with ChatGPT needs that time is over, because you're going to meet someone who's going to be that person for you. Okay. So that is so weird. That's such a weird thing for me to say. Oh gosh. Okay. But, I understand, no judgment here, right? Perhaps, you've been chatting and, and it's like, hey, it's nice to talk to someone who will agree with me, who is, who's going to be there and not backstab me or say shit to me, right? It's your personal robot. You have shaped it to be what you want. So it's so interesting. It's like, okay, instead of you just saying, you know what, I'm just going to depend on my ChatGPT because it doesn't require anything of me except for, my internet. I'm going to, now have a proper connection with someone else. Okay. So we've got this here, material harvest. So good things are coming, money is coming. Stand your ground. Okay, stand your ground with peace. Okay, success. And back of the deck, rejoicing and celebration as you feel the fire of your life reignite again. Passion reigniting all around you, feeling really good about life. Okay, this is beautiful. You're about to come into like celebration energy. There's something about like a dopamine boost, feeling very giggly and like, oh my gosh, is this really happening? Like feeling really excited. Truly change, a lot of change when it comes to your love life, your relationships. For someone, a friendship is now, you know, moving into a relationship or something like that. But the sacral fire is lit. There's some sort of very exciting energy. And it's like I'm seeing little schoolgirls giggling, that kind of that kind of energy. Okay, just know that you are protected as you move into this new energy, into this magical energy. You are transcending all the basic mundane life. Okay, you're moving beyond what you've always been in. Yes, there's uncertainty, right? As things are changing, we don't know how things are going to unfold, but just know that if you honor a equal exchange of energy, you will be fine. Okay? You're coming out of darkness when it comes to a lot of things, relationships, finances, connections. Change is here. You might be seeing dragonflies as well. Ooh, dragonfly, see, dragon. So the dragonfly spirit here. So you might be seeing dragonflies as a symbol that change is here. There's going to be change within your family dynamics, a lot of blessings, positive changes. Some of you are going to be renewing your vows or renewing a soul contract with someone as well, because both of you have reached that you finally reached that whole whatever that you're meant to learn, right? The lessons, that path to enlightenment. You have reached that level of enlightenment that can now cut off that whole karmic energy. So you have a choice now to rebring, what am I saying? It's not like you are creating a new karmic energy, but it's like you can now complete something that was not completed in a past life. Okay, and this is connected to a union or something that you wanted, a dream that you wanted. Okay, so here we have new beginnings. Now let's get some advice for you. I'm going to read this from this deck here. This deck has been translated from Russian. It's a direct translation, apparently. So let's see. Oh, that's my puppy growling. He's seeing another puppy outside the window. Ooh, okay. So he's growling as well. So you see, it says, a dishonest person is in your close environment. They are stealing your strength and energy. They only answer when they feel bad. This contact isn't good for you, and you know that very well. It's time to let them go. Okay, energy vampire. Be careful. Also, I would suggest that you do some healing in your room. Okay, because there is sometimes with this card, it can talk about like strong sexual energy. So it could be that there is okay, so there are two messages here. One is, you know, one, you could have like that whole incubus or succubus energy. So someone, if you're having a lot of sexual dreams at night, that's a sign that there is some attachment to you. Okay, someone's trying to, you know, take your energy sexually. Entities trying to take your energy. On another side, there can be someone who is fantasizing to you and pleasuring themselves to you, to your photos, to your videos. And so then that energy is now linked to you. So you might be having weird sexual feelings or feeling really exhausted when you get up in the morning after you have a night of like wild sexual dreams. That is not normal. If it's a normal thing for you, then that's fine. If it's not normal, then there is someone doing this. So again, cut the cords, clear your space, scan your rooms, scan your room energetically. If there are any like tears or stuff like that, make sure you just seal it, energetically seal the tears. Any tears in your body as well, in your aura, seal that. and do like a clearing for your room. Put some protection or something in your room. Okay, if you work with your dragon guardian, you can ask them to come, ask your dragon to come and protect you, to go and see who is trying to steal your energy, to go fight any entities trying to take your energy. Okay, also then, feng shui, change things around. If someone gave you something that you feel like you are no longer you no longer like that person anymore, or you're no longer in contact with that person, but you still have that thing from them, get rid of it. Okay, because that could also be taking your energy. Okay, do we have any other messages? A few more. If you are smudging your space, make sure that you open all the windows and doors so that the smoke can leave your space. If you are lighting a lot of incense, I'm hearing to cut that down. You might be lighting too much and it's causing you breathing problems, because all of a sudden I feel like I can't breathe. I'm like, I gotta take deep breaths. Okay, breathe, you will be okay. So, those who are listening to this, right, all of you listening to this, your guides are actually very cheeky. You've got very cheeky guides. They like making jokes, even in like, a bit more of an intense situation. They make jokes and stuff. Like when I talked about breathing and I'm like, I feel like I can't breathe. And then they were like, well, there's something else also happening in the bedroom where you're out of breath now. Okay, so this jumped out. So here we have new worlds. There are many more things for you to discover, so don't give up. Okay, new world. And stop and reflect. Pause in your journey and appreciate how far you have come and where you're headed. Okay, I'm gonna stop here. Thank you for watching. I will speak to you in the next video.